I think whether you accept it or not, the death of Charlie Kirk definitely shook this nation to the core. For too many years now, people have been keeping silent and afraid of not offending other people by telling the truth. They've been too scared to tell the truth that they'd rather live in people's lies. And honestly, I think his death is going to be a revival of common sense, critical thinking, people thinking for their own and not following the thought of the masses because they're too afraid of getting canceled or too afraid of not being politically correct, not following the norm, not following the standard, because everybody's subjective truth is trying to say what's right, when in reality the truth is objective and doesn't care about your feelings. But in today's society, people's feelings trumps the truth, and I don't think that's going to last for much longer, especially after this. I feel like a lot of more people that have the same ideology or same thought process as Charlie are going to speak out because they're tired. And honestly, it's exhausting to have to ponder to people's feelings when in reality you know what's true and you know what's right, and you know that a lot of the things that society is trying to push to be right isn't. And I think it's going to be a huge revival with critical thinkers and people with common sense. But Charlie's planted a seed in millions of people, millions of youth, and help them think for themselves and not always go with what the majority is pushing, and to really sit back and overanalyze things and think for yourself, like, is this true? Especially if your foundation is spiritual, if your foundation is Christian, you should know that what's true. Your heart tells you what's true. It doesn't have to ponder to other people's feelings. And people try and push that and say, oh, you're being insensitive, you're not being like Jesus, this and that, you're not all loving. But yes, Jesus loves us all, but he loves us enough to tell us when we're wrong. So as Christians, especially as men, you have to be able to tell somebody when they're wrong, when they're trying to push what's wrong on you and make you seem like you're wrong for trying to speak out about it.